Short sales have gone up 60% in just 6 months. Find out why that's not a big deal. Hold tight. That's right. Short sales have gone up 60%. In April of 2025, they only represented nationally 1% of all sales. Now they've jumped up in October of 2025 to 1.6%. What's going on out there? First of all, let's talk about what a short sale is, because we haven't seen them in a long time. The last time we saw a lot of short sales was during the Great Recession. So a short sale is when you owe more on the loan than what it's worth in today's market. So if you wanted to sell your house and you take out all the closing costs, you would be required to bring money to the table. So that is what a short sale is. So who's being affected by these short sales? Number one is people that had a loan that had a very low down payment. If you're an FHA loan, that means you only had to bring 3.5% to the table. If you're a VA loan, you didn't have to bring anything to the table. So any type of fluctuation in the pricing is going to definitely affect you more compared to somebody who might have put 10% down or 20% down, because even if the market goes down 5%, they're still going to have equity in the house. The other thing is the market conditions. During COVID, a couple markets got overheated, specifically Florida and Texas. Well, since it's not as hot as it used to be, and I'm not talking about weather, it's still hot down here, you're not seeing as the migration pattern is not as strong as it was before. So in some markets in Florida, you are seeing pricings drop, and especially in Texas, like Austin went way up, and now it's come way down as well. And then the third reason is that if you had recently bought within the past 3 years, you haven't had time to build equity. So if you had one of those loans where you didn't put a lot down, the FHA and VA loan, and you were in a market where the pricing went down, and you were a recent buyer where you didn't have time to build equity, then your house may be upside down. Now here's the thing. It doesn't matter until you sell your house. Okay, you can say all day long that our house is upside down, but if you don't sell it, it doesn't matter. It's just like stocks if you think about it. Now, why is this not a big deal? Well, here's the fact of the matter. Let's put some perspective to this here. Even though it went up 60% and we're at 1.6%, during the worst of the market of the Great Recession, which was September of 2009, it was 23%. Okay, so relatively speaking, we're way below the average, and we're way below what it was during the worst period of time of selling your house in the Great Recession. Here's some other things to think about, that if you were able to take advantage of the low interest rates when you purchased during the pandemic, maybe at 2 or 3%, you're going to have more of your payments going towards your principal than going towards your interest. And that's going to allow you to build equity faster. Matter of fact, 50% of all loans that are out there are less than 4% interest rate. Compared to somebody who's on a 7 or 8% interest rate, less of that money is going to go towards the principal, which means it's going to take longer for them to pay that down and get that equity that you're looking for. And then the last reason why it's not going to be a big deal, unless you're in one of those markets that have had corrections in pricing, overall, over the past 3 years, pricing has gone up on average. And it varies from area to area, but within Metro Orlando, over the past 3 years, we definitely have seen some increases, not as much as they were during COVID, but it's still from a positive perspective versus declining market. So as you can see, even though the short sales increased 60% within a very short period of time, unless we have a very big crash, people lose their jobs, people can't pay their mortgage, and the market crashes, we're going to be fine. So if you ever have any questions about real estate or think about buying or selling, give us a call. We'd be glad to share our 20 years of experience to help you make that happen. Hope that you are now real estate smart.